Workers of Starwin Ghana Limited are accusing the board of the company, headed by Dr. Mensa Otabel, of overseeing what they say is its fraudulent sale to Danex Pharmaceuticals. The workers who picketed at the company's premises yesterday are asking the board to follow due process in the transaction. The staff say the uncertainty about their jobs does not help productivity. Derek Ekosam has the rest of the story.
According to the workers, the protest was sparked by the unannounced arrival of armed policemen to the premise to evacuate the workers from the site, a move they resisted. With red arm and headbands, the workers chanted war songs to show their displeasure about the purported sale of Starwin Limited to Danex Pharmaceuticals, accusing the board of failing to seek their interests in the takeover.
His contract has been expired and he wants to sell the company without informing us. So just now, we are expecting him to factor us. Even he can even give us our money so that we can leave the premises. Up to now, he doesn't even pay us. And he frees our accounts. We have no means even to cater for our children.
And June 30th, when the board met to decide on his fate, this man went ahead and freeze our account together with Mensa Otabel, Reverend Mensa Otabel, ICGC. They freeze our account. He is the board chairman. And together with Kwasi, they freeze our account. And now they are coming in with policemen to take over the place by force. So they are intimidating us.
This afternoon, about 4 truckloads of armed policemen with some officials from Danex, which purpose to have taken over controlling interest here, wanting to force their way inside. We never granted them. That's why I'm saying that the process by our directors, the process was not properly engaged in. So there are issues about their purported takeover of the company.
As of the time the news team got to the scene, work had ground to a halt, and the workers were still in an angry but pensive mood, awaiting the arrival of the board members. Attempts to get the board of Starwin to comment on the issue have proved futile.
Wow, some angry protesters there. Now, a report by the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament has revealed that public boards, corporations and other statutory bodies could not account for 2.1 billion cedis during auditing of their books between 2010 and 2011. The committee is therefore recommending that some statutory bodies be taken off government subvention to save the economy from collapse.
The Finance Committee of the House should take a critical look at cocoa board profits application policies, particularly the management of the cocoa rules program, to ensure efficiency, effectiveness, and value for money. So, Speaker, for Social Security and National Insurance Trust, the committee noted that SNIT has invested in a company called Best Block Limited. Unfortunately, Best Block Limited has been making losses since it commenced business. The committee also noted that SNIT did not obtain any strategic plan from Best Block Limited for the purposes of monitoring its operations to ensure that it runs profitably. Officials of the MPA informed the committee that the nature of the authority's business does not require the function of a credit controller. However, to ensure the debts owed the MPA are paid promptly, the authority currently gives all PSPs deadlines to settle their liability to the authority. To safeguard the revenue resource of the authority and to prevent debts going bad, the committee recommends that MPA should enforce its payment regime regarding the issuance and renewal of licenses to ensure that fees and revenues are collected promptly. The committee observed that the Ghana Standards Authority recorded an annual surplus of 3.8 million Ghana cedi and 4.3 million Ghana cedi during the years 2008 and 2009, respectively. Considering the surpluses made by the Ghana Standards Authority in these 2 years, the committee questioned why the authority was still receiving government subvention, a subvention which was about half of its annual surplus. The committee observed that most of the financial irregularities and systemic weaknesses in financial management systems in the institutions could have been avoided if audit report implementation committees had been established and were functioning effectively. The committee therefore urges management of all public boards, corporations, or necessary institutions to strengthen the ARICs within the organizations in accordance with Section 30 of the Audit Service Act.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Achema Mpunya and Member of the Committee, Isaac Esiama, is calling for sanctions for those found culpable in its reports.
Sanctions are supposed to be applied. People need to be punished for various offenses, and they are all prescribed in the various acts. Go to the Financial Administration Act, the Audit Service Act, they are all there. The Procurement Act, various sanctions have been prescribed. The issue is who enforces those sanctions, or who enforces those positions are adhered to. So that is my difficulty, and some of them is within the domain of those boards and corporations to implement those recommendations. So we'll wait till October and see whether action has been taken, because Ghana cannot wait. We are messing up big time. This huge sort of money can do something better for this country. You see, in our consideration as a committee, we look at three very important things: efficiency, economy, and value for money. They are all missing. They are all missing. There is no efficiency, no economy, and no value for money. So what is it?
I'm curious to know, you've been on this committee for a while. I mean, you are privy to some of these reports, you are privy to some of the investigations that went into the audit report. What do you consider to be the underlying principle underpinning some of these irregularities that usually feature in some of these reports?
It's indiscipline, financial indiscipline. We don't seem to care about anything. That is the bottom line, and that lack of adherence to basic laws, rules, no internal control mechanism. So those are the things we seem not to care, because it's for the state, and so therefore we don't seem to take particular attention to detail. We are not very cautious when it comes to public work, and that is the problem. All criminal cases must be treated by the Attorney General's outfit. They are supposed to make sure that they deal with those cases, but they end up in the shelves, nothing is done about it. So if the executive takes particular interest in our report and they work and they implement it, Ghana will benefit a lot.
Still in Parliament, and Speaker of the House, Edward Dowa-Jaho, is pushing for an electronic verification machine in the Chamber of Parliament to properly check MPs' attendance to sittings. Now, this, according to him, will ensure that members who register their names will participate in the business of the House. This step, according to him, is to check absenteeism and poor attendance, which he says is disrupting the daily business of the House. And Parliament is considering a number of international loans between Ghana and its development partners to support the 2015 budget. Now, the facilities in excess of $800 million is to be channeled into various sectors of the economy. Deputy Finance Minister KCL Atoforsen tells Joy News the loans have become necessary to enable government meet targets set in this year's budget.
Budget support. I believe you are aware that the Finance Minister, in coming to Parliament some time ago, announced that as a result of Ghana going into the IMF program, a number of donor partners have agreed to provide us budget support. Typical one is coming from the World Bank. You saw a World Bank of $150 million. You saw $45 million US also coming from the Africa Development Bank. It's a budget support. You saw 17.5 million coming from KfW, the German government. So these are bilateral and multilateral loans for the purposes of multi-donor budget support. This is to support the financing of the 2015 budget.
So basically that is
it's actually provisioned in the 2015 budget, and they are for financing of the budget deficit.
An ongoing strike by state attorneys is set to enter a second week as an emergency meeting convened by the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee of Parliament on Thursday to get them to back down ended in a deadlock. At the meeting, which was attended by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and the Solicitor General, the agitating state prosecutors had been urged to present a report on their grievances for consideration. The committee said while their report was being studied, they must go back to work since their strike was impeding justice delivery. However, President of the Association, Francisca Techimensa, told Joy News the attorneys would not rescind the strike since the offer being given them was empty.
Justice and Attorney General was present, the Solicitor General was present, and they are saying that they want us to bring a report so that they look at it. But then we should fall off the strike because the nation is losing revenue and other things. We told them that if we go back, we have nothing. We have no computers to work, and we don't have money to continue running the office from our pockets. We knew about the impact before we started, even though some people may have underestimated the impact. We knew about it. That's why we waited for 3 years since we started this matter. We waited for a long time. So it's not about the fact that we are not sensitive to the impact. We are sensitive, but now we have been put to the wall. We've come to our electric limit. Now, if we go back, we are going to work on our laptop, and we're going to use money to print.
The Association of State Attorneys declared a strike on Monday over what they describe as poor conditions of service. Over 150 lawyers at the Attorney General's office say they are tired of the disappointment and contempt shown to them by the Finance Ministry regarding their conditions of service, having started negotiations more than a year ago. We're taking a break here. On Joy News Desk, we return shortly with some more. Don't go away.